right, JYD, you ready? Okay, let's go. Feels good. Playing 9 years in the league. Jumping, dunking, man, it's hard to believe. Feels good. To hop on the next flight. Rio de Janeiro, I could be there tonight. Feels good. To do what they say can't be done. To make hard work look like fun. Feels good. To go the extra mile. Giving a gift of laughter with uncontrollable smile. Feels good. To receive blessings from above. Turn it all around, show other people love. Feels good. To volunteer your time and help Martin Luther King keep his dream alive. Feels good. To help change the world, and this message goes out to every boy and girl. It feels good. I really can't tell you with words, but if you seek the truth and put God first, it feels good.
When you're trying, when you're giving, when you're helping out, when you're living right, I love what life is all about. When you're trying, when you're giving, when you're helping out, when you're living right, I love what life is all about.
All right now, I need all my friends out there to help me out on this part right here. Yeah, got problems I want to shake away. Everybody out there, if you feel good about your life and trying to do things right, I want y'all to move with me a little bit right here, you know what I mean? We're going to do what you call the hustle, you know what I mean? But we're going to call it the shake. We're going to shake our problems off. All right, here we go, y'all. Here we go. Come on. To the right, 2, 3. Clap to the left, 2, 3. Clap, take it back, 2, 3. Now stop, take a step ahead. Shake your problems off. Come on. 2, 3. Clap to the left, 2, 3. Clap now, take it back. Stop now, take a step ahead. Shake your problems off. Come on. Right, clap to the left, 2, 3. Clap to the back, 2, 3. Now stop now, take a step ahead. Shake it on off to the right, 2, 3. Clap to the left, 2, 3. Clap, take it back, 2, 3. Now stop, take a step ahead. Shake it on off to the right, 2, 3. Clap to the left, 2, 3.
To be here at Manual Arts High School during Black History Month, All-Star Weekend is very significant. You're important enough for us to show up, and you're also important enough for us to give you this valuable information. The EverFi 306 partnership to bring African American history program to schools across the country, starting off here at Manual Arts, is just a huge event for us.
Frederick Douglass talked about freedom, and he wasn't so much talking about physical freedom.
We need to speak about these stories and share these stories because you never know how you're being inspired.
But I want to encourage y'all to be able to use your voices. Okay, don't be afraid to stand up for what you believe in.
Shooting for peace is so critical because when we go to these schools and we see the kids' faces, and they see that we're engaging, we're hands-on, we have fun with them, they're like, wow, they're approachable.
They're gonna be in for a treat today. You got a lot of kids talking trash out there. They see these old bones and they start to say to themselves, I think I can take them. But it's not until they hear that dog pound starts barking in their gym that they're gonna come to realize they're in way above their heads. These kids get to experience, some positive influences in their lives, as well as people who are giving back and care.
Shooting for peace is just the best because we're better way. Let's not hurt, let's not kill, let's always want peace, love, and harmony.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Black History Month, and thank you for being here in community and in celebration. My name is Alexis Holmes, and I am a member of Team Shooting for Peace, and you all are in for a treat today. This is not your regular webinar or virtual experience as you've already had a flavor of. For the next hour, or maybe a little bit better, or maybe a little less, We're going to have a good time. We're going to celebrate. We're going to learn. And most importantly, we're going to be in community with one another. Before we get our program started, I wanted to pass the mic to Dr. Yvette Martin, who's going to kick us off and bring some greetings.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Black History Month. Thank you, Alexis. I am not a doctor, but I am excited to be with you all. And we do have an administrator who is an amazing host to greet us this morning, Mr. Rafael Balderas. And I'm sure he's here. I saw his face, but he would like to share greetings on behalf of our amazing Region South team and Superintendent, Mr. Spicer. So can we have Mr. Balderas come on to greet our high school scholars? If Mr. Balderas does not have access at this time, I'll turn it back over to you, Alexis, and your team to get us going. And then maybe when he's ready, we can bring him back on. Thank you so much. I'm excited to have our talk with Mr. Williams, and we're honored to be able to celebrate Black history with this level of experience that our students will get to have.
No problem. And thank you so much. You see, I was giving you your new title of doctor, so I think I must have just spoke something. So thank you so much, Miss Yvette, for joining us. And we will certainly get Dr. Balderas in here as soon as we can. As you've already experienced, we have an amazing production team, and we're ready to get started. So again, thank you so much for joining us and for experiencing the full experience of Shooting for Peace. Shooting for Peace was founded by NBA legend Jerome Junkyard Dog Williams, and Shooting for Peace is a global initiative that provides sports with an infusion of leadership as well as financial education and aspiration. And we're so excited to be here today in community with you and also in community with our partners, who we thank you for joining us and bringing all of this amazing programming and information and experience, and most importantly, some fun to you. And so with that, before we get into the program, I did want to give some time to one of our sponsors, Ronique Hicks from Discovery Education.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Alexis. And it is so great to be with you all virtually. I am Ronique Hicks, and I'm Vice President of Strategic Partnerships at Discovery Education, which means I have a cool job. I get to work with districts across the country like LAUSD to help bring students opportunities, tools, experiences that connect learning to the real world. So basically, my job is to help you see what's possible. And so here's the first thing I want you to know and keep in mind as we go through this experience today. You do not have to have your whole future and life figured out right now. I know we adults, we always ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up? And then you probably just have a brain freeze moment. But the same thing happens to us even now. And so just know that right now, this time that we're in, careers aren't straight lines anymore. And so they're like paths that are filled with turns, surprises, and opportunities that you haven't even heard of yet, like the one today. So as you're listening today, instead of trying to choose one perfect career or moment in time, just focus on a few things. What do you enjoy? What are you good at? What problems do you actually like solving? And you'll find those answers by trying new things. So it could be classes, it could be clubs, sports, volunteering, part-time jobs, or just some small personal projects that you hold to your heart. And so you also have access to something that can make it way easier to explore, and that is coming to you from Discovery Education, and it's called the Career Hub. Now I'm going to give you a challenge in about 30 seconds. So I know that your school uses Discovery Education, or at least you have access to Discovery Education. So you can ask your teacher, do we use Discovery? Can I access Discovery? And it's full of short videos, real stories from real professionals. So beyond today, you could access more professionals in different spaces. You'll get behind the scenes looks at jobs, things that you may have not thought of in tech, healthcare, sports, engineering, business, creative careers, basically everything. So my quick challenge to you before I turn it back over to Alexis is before the week ends, so today's Thursday, so by tomorrow, I want you to log into Discovery, explore one career that you've never considered before, just one, because it might spark something, it might confirm something, or it might just open the door to something that you didn't even know existed. So your future isn't something you wait for, it's something that you build, and a great place to start. So enjoy yourself, everyone. Thanks again for having me today, and I can't wait to hear more about the experience after. Thanks, Alexis.
And thank you, Ronique. Appreciate the direction and the resources, and most importantly, we appreciate the partnership. And also, of course, we certainly want to thank LAUSD, shout out to Region South, for putting this together and just being so open to shooting for peace and for giving all of us this moment in time. As many of you know, and we'll get into it certainly later, that this is actually the 100th year anniversary for Black History Month. So much history, so much present history, so many history makers out there who are really a part of what's happening and, quite frankly, where we're going. And so with that, I want to bring out another partner of ours who's going to give us some information on financial education. And so bringing up next is Miss Juliet from JP Morgan Chase.
Good morning. Thank you so much. Good morning. Happy Black History Month, students. So my name is Juliet Udochu. I am Vice President of Community Managing for JP Morgan Chase. And not only that, I am a LAUSD baby. I went to elementary, high school, and middle school through LAUSD. My mother was the principal for LAUSD, so it's just such an honor to be here with you all. When I was your age, no one talked to me about financial literacy. No one talked to me about money. And my job is so amazing because I get to go back into the communities that I came from, the schools that I went to talk about this thing called financial literacy. And financial literacy, a lot of times, it makes a lot of us nervous. It makes a lot of us, and when I mean us, I mean Black and brown individuals, nervous because no one talked to us about it. And typically when we do not know about something, we have this thing called financial insecurities. And my job is to go out to talk to, I like to say, I talk to individuals from 6 to 66 about this thing called money. So today I'm just going to give you all some practical tips about money, right? We're all in high school. You all will be getting into this real world soon. So I want to make sure that you all are equipped to go out and be successful, not only in the careers that you choose to do, right? When you start making this money, she was just talking about discovery needs, figuring out what you want to do when you grow up, right? But also thinking about what type of money you make. And when you start making that money, that not only do you keep your money, you protect your money and you grow it. So at this age, if you have a job, if you get allowance, right, you can start saving right now. I don't know how many of you all have bank accounts. A lot of time when I talk to my middle school and high school students, they always think that they're too young to have a bank account. I want you to know that you all are at the age that you can start saving, right? You're young, you want to have fun, you want to buy your video games, you want to buy your shoes. That is totally okay. But at this young age, you can start thinking about saving. How do I, if I get $100 for Christmas, how do I put $50 into my saving and put the other $50 into my checking, or use the other $50 to buy myself something nice, right? Credit, the topic about credit makes a lot of people nervous, but I want you all to know that credit is king. Think about credit is what it means to borrow money, right? If you have a credit card, that money does not belong to you. You borrow money, but that money you have to pay back. And the more you pay it back, there's so many great things that can happen with that. You can boost your credit scores. If different credit cards you have, different perks you can get. And just changing the conversation about money. When I was your age and I would ask my parents certain things about money, they would say, this is a conversation for not kids. I want our parents to start thinking about how do we start building a conversation about money at the dinner table, when we take family trips, parents showing your kids the bills, things like that. I want you all to go into this world to understand money, to succeed in school, at your jobs and financially. And hopefully I will be at a school near you that we can talk about this financial literacy thing more. And like I said, I am from LAUSD. I love LA. And I'm happy to hopefully meet you all soon, and we can go over these practical financial literacy tips more to make sure that you all are able to succeed. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and we're going to hold you to your word. So we're going to see you when we are out there. So thank you so much, for coming through and introducing yourself and giving us some information. So just a bit of a check. Do we have another representative from LAUSD?
Good. I'm here. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. Just having some backstage difficulties, but hey, I was able to get on. But more importantly, on behalf of our Region Superintendent Andre Spicer, he sends his greetings from Region South LAUSD. We have 32 high schools, over 6,000 seniors that we are getting ready and prepared for graduation and beyond. And so therefore, I certainly hope everyone is here today. But overall, we do represent 28,000 high schoolers in Region South, probably more than any other district in the country. But again, it is my distinct pleasure to continue this ongoing relationship and partnership, of course, with Shooting for Peace here during this Chalk Talk. I certainly hope that we can take a deeper dive and listen on how we prepare our students for the future, but more importantly, leadership, developing that skill set, but also making sure they have a purpose and providing them opportunities of moving beyond, but also coming back to serve LAUSD, the children that we are here today. Now, I am a little excited because I'm a huge NBA fan, so I am going to put that out there right now. And I do remember watching Jerome Williams when he was with the Big East Conference playing for the Hoyas of Georgetown. So yes, I'm a fanatic. And then he was obviously drafted into the NBA and played for the Detroit Pistons. But so I'm very excited that we're here in partnership. But we want to continue this relationship to move forward. Again, we'll develop the skills for all our scholars that are here today. And again, happy Black History Month to everybody today. And what a great way to kick it off here in Region South with our partners with Shooting for Peace. Thank you for this opportunity.
And thank you so much for joining us. We just love having you and love that you're a fan. And so clearly you're going to stick around for a little bit too. So thank you so much. And thanks again to our production team for certainly making sure that we were able to hear from you. Next up is we're going to dive in deep and start talking a little bit more about some resources and the possibilities and opportunities associated with technology and AI. And so we're going to watch a short video, and then we are all going to have an experience with the tech queen. So without further ado, all hail the queen.
Welcome to the Tech Queen Elite Training Institute. We are so excited to have this new location partnership with Shooting for Peace right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're going to have AI training, certification, and help desk for students all across the United States. We're happy to be a host location for Shooting for Peace with Jerome Junkyard Dog Williams. Take the sweater off. So let me just tell you, exam room 1, this is where they come, get trained, they study, and take their exam. The first African-American mayor of the city of Barstow, California, first African-American in the Las Vegas Review Foundation. You go in here, you study, you prep for your exam, and you will pass. That's the 3D printing room, sponsored by Caesars Entertainment Foundation. 3D printing, all these cute little signs right here on all of the rooms were created by our students, 3D printing. This right here is the main tech hub, keeping our country safe. They're learning cybersecurity, help desk, all those skills that are necessary. Right here, can't bypass, 24hourgospel.com room, live studio here with all your tech tools, audio and video production right outside that room. Come on back to massage room. Most people get stressed, they have anxiety when it's trying to take an exam. Oh yeah.
Ready to do a podcast.
You ready to do a podcast? Come on into the podcast room. That's right. Who better to do a podcast with than Jerome, the dog Williams. Here is our employer relations room. Bam! This is where you go to prep before we send you out as either an entrepreneur or a employee.
I'm ready to make my presentation.
Preacher, Joker, he's become a preacher now. He's at the pulpit. That's okay. He's preaching the message to these young people that they can get trained, certified, and deployed. Uh-oh.
Wouldn't have shooting for peace if you couldn't.
Here we go. Here we go. 3 points. 3 points. I've come to the authorized partner. We have students on the spectrum with autism. Come in here. We have games. Keep your mind going. Partnering with the state as a state training provider, and we're ready to do it up as a CompTIA, globally recognized certifications by CompTIA all over the world, not just the United States. Look at, whoa.
Chief Technology Officer in the house.
Hey, everybody.
That's all. Shooting for peace. Make sure you sign up, kids, because look, the tech queen, she got you. We're trying to get you paid.
Moolah, dinero. We're going to show you, this is a sample of every student that comes through our program that gets trained and certified in AI, ready to make some income. And I'm talking real sustainable income. They're going to be awarded by the congressional and Senate leader in their state. That's right. We're not playing. See this whole stack right here? This is going to all of the graduates that just completed in the state of Nevada. When you finish this program, you don't just get a certificate, because you're like, certificate is not going to pay the bills. Family, hello, family. Woo. All right, good morning to our LA Unified School District. Good morning to the administration and all the students here. Good morning. I want you to look around the room you are in for a second. Every single person is standing at the edge of possibility. Not someday, not when I'm older, but right now. Today, I'm here to talk to you a few minutes about technology, AI, coding pathways, and choice. Because choice is the real superpower. Let's start with the truth. We all know life will and can be lifing. Life don't ask permission before it shows up. Challenges come. Distractions come. Pressures certainly come. I had no idea after I married my college sweetheart that he would be diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, a chronic illness that left him gravely ill over a 15-year period. Then after I moved my parents from Detroit, where I grew up, to Las Vegas, years later, they both would also have chronic illnesses. Long story short, not only did my mom pass away, and actually she died in my arms, but my husband also passed away. And so did my dad the following day, a year later. So I'm not looking for any pity party or sympathy. I'm here to remind you that when pressures of life come, and they will, what matters most is how we respond when life starts lifing. Here's something powerful I'm going to share with you that most people never learn. Now is defined as 0 to 5 seconds. That's it. That's the only time a decision can be made. What separates us as human beings from other creatures on this planet is that we have the conscious ability to make a choice in the now. And those choices, especially the split-second ones, set the direction of our lives. Juvenile halls and prisons are filled with people, students your age, in a moment of time who made the wrong choice. One decision, one reaction, one now. And their entire life trajectory changed. But today, you're presented with a different kind of moment, a moment when one decision can positively change the direction of your life. Let's talk about technology and AI. AI is not the future, it's the present. Help desk and tech support are not just starter jobs, they are career pathways into six-figure tech pathways. Technology doesn't care where you're from. It doesn't care about your zip code or what color you are, your ethnic background. It doesn't even care about who you are. What it cares about is skill, focus, and commitment. That's why the Tech Queen Elite Training Institute exists and have partnered with Shooting for Peace to give you real access to AI education, help desk, and technical support pathways, hands-on experience with Ushta AI platform, mentorship structure, and real-world skills that you can use immediately. We've partnered with Shooting for Peace because, let me tell you, peace is not just about staying out of trouble. It's about having a future worth protecting. Now, let me share one of our boss core teachings because this is critical. There are three ways that people normally get defeated in life, and I'm going to share it with you. Number one, they have no plan. Number two, they could have a plan, but they're not committed to the plan if they have a plan. Number three, they lose focus or move too slow. Moving too slow is just as dangerous as not moving at all. Opportunities don't wait, success doesn't chase, and purpose doesn't beg. If something is placed in front of you today, which it will be an opportunity, it's because today is your time to act. This right now is a never before opportunity, an opportunity to learn technology, an opportunity to master AI, an opportunity to build skills that can change your family's future, not just yours. But it only works if you act now. Remember, now is turn to your neighbor, say 0 to 5 seconds, 0 to 5 seconds. That's right. We're going to go church for a minute. That's the window where confidence is built. That's the window where leaders are formed. That's the window where courage shows up. And I want you to hear this clearly, LAUSD. You don't have to figure it out all today. You don't even have to be perfect, as you heard earlier. You don't even have to be fearless. You just have to be willing to stay focused when others get distracted, willing to stay committed when others quit, willing to move when others hesitate. So today, I'm challenging you to stay hopeful, stay focused, stay encouraged. Do not move too slow on opportunities placed in front of you today. Choose growth, choose discipline, choose a future powered by technology, skill, and purpose. Because when life starts lifing, and remember it will, you'll be ready. And I promise you, the best is not behind you. The best is not even someday, but the best is yet to come. Thank you, and I'll see you in the now. Gonna turn it back over to our Shooting for Peace family. There you go, fam.
Oh, it's so good to see you, and thank you much for sharing all of that wisdom and opportunity. Stay encouraged, no question about it. Everyone, please stay encouraged and always trust yourself and continue to believe. And although he needs no introduction, and I will keep it very short and sweet, but we are now in for a treat. And here we are about to have the full experience. Joining us next up to the stage and to the mic, NBA legend, father, husband, founder, community leader, Jerome Junkyard Dog Williams.
You know what? Time to go to work. Let's go. What up, world? This is Jerome Williams, JYD, aka the Junkyard Dog. Now I'll be taking you behind the scenes of meeting those change makers in our world and what it takes to truly create the future we want to see.
3 on 3. 1, 2, 3. turn from it. I support it in every step. Father, in my
just want to say, keep working, keep living right, keep trusting God, and everything will work out, my man.
Screaming check. Aggressive when I pursue my passion.
So, Jeremiah, I heard your nickname is Dog. It don't matter. I'm always just focused on getting buckets.
Nonchalant, I keep it proper with my reaction. Any state, any coach, I find comfort in being with who I trust the most.
There's a junkyard dog on
the legacy we carry in the same name.
The basketball is easy. The game around the game is hard. There's a large world out here. I'm always traveling and on the go. So when that happens, I'm always in the mix as JYD, but sometimes that switches over to dad, husband, nephew, and family business is what it's all about. So grab a pen and a pencil, take notes, and get ready to become a new member of our family business. Dog Pound, baby, let's go.
Yeah, family business. Come on now, family business.
Let's go. Man, I'm so excited to be here today. This is a historic moment of shooting for peace. Let me first thank the LAUSD for allowing us to come and be a part of your school today and all your schools across the district. This is amazing. A very great opportunity for me to share during Black History Month, which is the 100th year of celebrating Black History Month in the great states across this U.S. So give it up for that. Give it up for that. Yes, yes, yes. We are here, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a lot of the forefathers that paved the way for me. So I'd like to first start off by thanking them. And you know what? I'm here because I want everybody here to be on mission. You got to create that mission for yourself, to believe in where you're going and where you want to go in life. And we wouldn't all be here if it wasn't for some great people. I'd like to shout out some of my favorites during Black History Month, including Frederick Douglass. Yeah, he's from Maryland, and he did a great job of leading people, giving people the opportunity to read. Harriet Tubman, one of my all-time favorites. She was taking them out on that Underground Railroad to get the job done. And in the future, Dr. David Blackwell. That's right, the father of AI. He was getting it done and brought us here today to where we are. And so if I had the opportunity, I just want to say this. Put your lights up. Put your lights up. Who's the next generation? We got next. Who's the next generation? We got next. Who's the next generation? The next generation is you. And we're going to be here alongside of all these other NBA alumni in LA for All-Star Weekend. So if you see us, give us a huge shout out. But more importantly, let's get this Shooting for Peace show on the road because it's all about you. So I need you to do one thing. Get your notepads out and let's get into it. Right now, we're talking about role players and basically how playing a role can get you ultimately to where you need to be in life. It all starts with you. You have to know that if you accept the role, if you put 110% into it, you cannot diminish that role by saying, oh, I'm just this, oh, I'm just that. No, wherever you are today is 100% where you need to be, but you got to maximize that by putting your all into it. If we look at the letter R in ROLE, it stands for relentless. And I'm looking for a lot of relentless students out there right now. Who's the most relentless? Who's willing to say, I'm going to go after this 1,000% each and every day? I'm not going to leave no stone unturned. I'm going to be all I can be every day. That's the letter R. That's relentless. When we get to O, opportunists. Opportunities are all around us, but sometimes we miss them. You know, opportunities don't always come with a dollar attached to them. Opportunities sometimes just come with a little extra effort, right? Sometimes you have to put out to get those opportunities. You have to put yourself out there. So you have to be an opportunist. L, you got to be willing to leverage. You got to be willing to leverage the teachers, the mentors, the coaches, everybody in your community. You got to be willing to leverage because The letter E stands for everything, and that's everything for everybody. Now I want you to look at this next picture on your screen. Take a good look. Take a look at it. It has so many people that were in my life at different times of my life. From middle school, there's a picture in there. There is high school, there's a picture in there. There is junior college, there's a picture in there. And at all these stages, I'm just playing a role. Take me out and insert yourself. This is where you can separate the noise. This is where you can separate yourself from the competition. You have to see yourself before anybody else does. And what I saw was the ability to go out there and do the best that I could be and tell myself what I was going to be and where I was going. And that was to the NBA. But I needed a whole bunch of steps to get there. Now, I know a lot of you guys are sitting back and saying, there's a voice going off saying, you can't do that. You can't do. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can do it. You got to put your mindset there. You got to believe in yourself. Put these phones down and use them for what they're meant to be used for. Creativity. Inject yourself where you want to be. I see you there. You have the power. Let's go.
So let's talk about some stats. First and foremost, 56% of workers in 2023, the labor markets gave a survey, and it showed 56%, guess what, planned on looking for a new job. Well, I can tell you right now, that was back in 2023, but in 2026, there's even more workers looking for new jobs because there are less jobs in the market. But I'm not telling you this to alarm you. I'm just trying to give you the facts and to make sure while you're in school, don't waste your time. Show up. Make sure you come and in attendance. Take notes while you're in class. I know some of that stuff isn't always the most entertaining. I get that. I was in your shoes once upon a time. But what I am saying is this. There's some valuable information that can help you reach your goal. Because if we stay on mission, right, the ultimate goal is graduation. But 39% of the workforce, survey showed, it was all based on relationships. A lot of you are in school today. You chose your school based on relationships. It's the same thing in the workforce. But the last statistic I'm going to read for you real quick is 80% of leaders, study found, were not prepared to lead. Now, you just heard from the tech queen about some opportunities. 80% of the leaders were not prepared to lead. And over 50% of the workforce was looking for a new job. How many of you will be able to take advantage of new jobs moving forward? We don't want to have to answer that question. What we do want to say is, look at some of the things that I took after the game of basketball that was just connected to education, because I was willing to write things down, because I was willing to take a few notes. Now, most of you guys say to yourselves, man, he played in the NBA. Oh, yeah, that was great. I played with some great players, Hall of Famers. I had Hall of Fame coaches. I had a lot of highlights on ESPN. A lot of good things happened in my life. But without some sort of education, without me taking a little bit of education seriously, this page right here would not exist. See, what this represents is opportunities that I took advantage of after the fact. There was no internet when I was in college. Computers, most people, they didn't have them. You had to go to the library to sign on to a computer. When I finished the NBA, the world was reopening. So what does that mean? I had to continue to learn.
Now, we look at this next video right here. I can see clearly that the dog pound is trying to figure out where this plate of food is. But let's take out the food and insert AI. And this is where there's going to be situations where there's going to be total separation. Some people are going to get it. right? There's already going to be a pup that's going to figure it out. Somebody in the dog pound is figuring it out right now. AI is the future. AI is where I need to be. And they're going to start eating before everybody else. Then someone else is going to figure it out. Well, before long, everybody's going to figure it out. But the earlier you start, the earlier you get to your mission. So scan that QR code in the top right. Fill out your information. You're going to get information on AI and how you can be the first people lined up to receive money, jobs, opportunities, right? But you got to be relentless. You can't mess around. Let's go.
And you heard it here first. Now on here, there's nothing about AI, but I'm getting ready to add another slide and another logo because these are things that I am getting involved in because I can see the future. I can see down the road, and I can see down the road for many of you. Now, who's going to take advantage? Because when we start to talk about method and measurables, it's the same thing with you sitting down in class today. You got to stay motivated. You got to stay awake. Half of it, you know what? I got to do this. Got to put the light back up. Wake up. You're the next generation. And in order for you guys to take advantage of the opportunity of education, you got to answer the big question. What does it take to be great without being a star? Well, first, you got to be an unsung hero who builds teams and changes lives. You got to be a humble servant. When I played in the NBA, I was willing to cheer on my teammates. I was willing to support them. I was willing to give them my all. And you also have to have the creative vision to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Things don't happen on the same day. Things don't always happen right away. But if you keep putting that work in, if you keep believing in yourself, if you surround yourself with like-minded people. Now, I know what you're going to say. JY, I got people in my neighborhood. I got this, I got that. I hear all that. Well, listen to me. You can control your life. You can control your choices. And we got to get to how you are going to do it. First and foremost, what is your mission? You have to have that established. Mission has to be critical because after mission comes what? The method of how we're going to succeed. How are you going to be the ultimate role player in your life to start off? Well, number one, you got to be relentless. Always giving it 110%. Some days you might have a bad day, but that has to be very few days. Give it 100%. I used to say 1,000. I don't know, what the lingo is today at high schools, but I say I'm on 1,000 every day. Look at this picture right here. Now, you can see Michael Jordan. See me down there at the bottom? I'm in the wrong spot. But I had to learn. That was my rookie year of the NBA. And what it taught me was I can't be at the bottom. I got to be up at the top. So you have to be an opportunist. You got to maximize every moment where you are. Now, measurables. This is the key. We had our mission. Now we took our method, applied it. Now we got to see the results. The results are the measurables. This is how you track your impact. Beyond stats, not every stat shows up. Things like team chemistry, morale, leadership. Some of those things are silent. They move. The game-changing plays and ideas and energy, they move. Lifelong impact on teammates, co-workers, classmates, community, they move. But it's very silent. It doesn't happen all at once. But this is how you move through life. Stay on point with what you're trying to do.
Dog pound, I know what you're saying to yourself. What's going on right here? This right here is the dog. This is Jeremiah Williams alongside his teammate Carter Wiggle Brooks. That's right, they're a team because the dog pound stands up when these guys hit the floor. But they're only 16 years old. They're their prime age where things get to working themselves out. Now, as you can see, he's got a good jump shot. He can shoot. He can do some dynamic things on the basketball court. But what you see in this video is not the hard work that's behind it. 5:30 a.m., wake up, lifting, eating right, making sure he gets home from school, does his homework, gets in the lab, then goes and shoots before or after practice. These are the things that when the game time comes, the practice has already been put in. The work has already been done. So now he sees shots going in. And you know what? When everybody sees those shots going in, what's that? The dog pound stands up. He's got a bigger mission though. It's not just basketball. He's just not putting it out on the basketball court. He's also saying, I'm going to be a youth global ambassador. I'm going to do something for my community. That's what you guys need to consider. Those are the kind of things people are looking for. Global Youth Ambassador. Shout out to the dog and Mr. Wiggle.
Because the mission is going to get you your starting point. The level of success depends on how you go about doing it. So knowing your why, having a clear purpose is vital and key. Now, here are the resources. With your phone, you can take that step. You can take that step to decide what's best for you. But here's the thing. I came here to answer your questions. I came here for you. So I want to know, hit me with a question in the chat so I can go ahead and get to barking like the dog pound knows how to do. Like what I see. So let's go ahead and get into some of these questions. I appreciate all the attentiveness that each and every one of you has shown me. Trust me, I can see you. I can see y'all out there in student land. I know what you're thinking. This guy got a lot of energy. Absolutely I do, because you know why? I believe that each and every one of you has a dream, and I believe each and every one of you can make it to your dream and be successful in life. All you need is a few resources. Frederick Douglass was bringing resources to a lot of people by trying to teach them how to read, because he knew if they could learn how to read, they could change their life. Well, I know right now, there's this new thing called AI. And if you learn it, if you have a cell phone, yeah, you got one of these, you can learn it, and it could change your life. But it's a short little window.
First question I'm seeing right now is, what was it like playing with Allen Iverson? That's right, the original AI. What was it like? Okay. Hey, that was a blur. Whenever you're playing with a future Hall of Famer, you know, it's amazing. Now, what I can tell you, since I was his roommate, one of his favorite things he liked to eat in the room after games was buffalo wings. He loves some chicken buffalo wings. So make sure you ask him that next time you see him. So do I ever train my son in basketball? Absolutely. He needs training. He needs this smoke. And it starts with this, right? How to be a role player. Basketball is a team sport. I know they look at the highlight reels. This is what they put on social media. But guess what? You need to know that you're working with a team. So I teach them that. I teach them teamwork. I teach them how to be ready, how to stay ready, how to excel, how to be relentless. Now, it's a building. It's stepping stones to this, right? Rome wasn't built in one day. So one thing I tell them every day, continue to do the work, continue to see progress in your work, and your mission always will have to deal with methods and measurables. They will always go in line with one another. So whatever your goal or mission is in life, make sure you have a good mentor, a good coach, someone who you can trust, who you look up to, that can help you reach your goals. And you will too. Absolutely. Next question. What made you choose education as your backup? Huh. This takes me back. This takes me back because I chose education as a default, as something that, I didn't know I was going to have to do. Let me take you back. Senior year, I'm playing basketball for my team, and I'm one of the third option on the team, which means I'm not really that good. Not number one option. I'm not in line for any scholarship offers, and I graduate with no scholarship offers. I'm 6'2", and now I have to look back at my whole career and say to myself, man, I thought I was going to make the NBA. I thought I was going to do all these things. I thought I was going to go to college. I thought I was going to play for a big time university. Well, none of that happened. So I had to go and get real with myself and say, well, what are my options? What can I do? And education was the thing that really stood out. Now, the one thing I did for myself was I prayed. I prayed to Jesus, said, thank you, please help me. And you know what? He listened. He listened. He gave me the opportunity to look at the education, go back to school, get a job, hard work, get back on mission, right? Where education was attached to my mission. So if I wanted to play basketball, I had to do that in a school. In order to go to school, I had to have my method and my measurables of studying, being to school on time, taking notes in class, all those things, because those were things that were going to show up in my measurables, which were going to lead to what? Graduation. I had to graduate from junior college. I graduated from junior college. Now I have an opportunity potentially to play Division I, which that came in the form of Georgetown University. So education was a backup, and I'm glad I chose it because that was a key decision. So next question is, if you were in high school right now, what would you focus on and what opportunities would you look at? Well, I'm telling you right now, if I'm in high school right now, I know a lot of you guys are, and you're dealing with this phone. You're dealing with this phone. And if I was in high school right now, the phone would be my centerpiece, right? This is attached to my hip, like it is for many of you. I would spend less time on social media. I would spend less time posting and doing things that were kind of taking me away from opportunities to learn, right? I would still do a little bit of it, but I would be more focused on opportunities such as AI. We've been saying it a lot. You see the QR code in the top corner. Make sure you hit that link and you will get AI training through JYD Project and the Tech Queen, who was on earlier, explaining the uses of AI and how jobs are coming and coming and coming. So if I was in high school right now, what I would be doing is looking on how to train myself in AI to utilize this tool I have in my hand right now, to use this tool to actually benefit my future, to use this tool to better the community, to use this tool to help someone else, because that's what AI is doing. It's helping people all around the world, but there's going to be jobs attached to that you can take advantage of as a student athlete, as a future educator. You can do it. Don't tell yourself you can't. I'm telling you, this tool is all you need to have what it takes to build in high school right now. So take advantage of it. Everybody is not going to take advantage of it. There's going to be some people left out. Don't let that be you. Hit this QR code. Make sure you sign up. You'll get the information. We'll send it right to you. All right? So do that right now. So the next question that comes in is, what decision did you make as a teenager, for better or for worse, when you were growing up, that really changed your life? Well, the biggest decision I made, I think, as a teenager came alongside when around about the 9th and 10th grade, wanting to get a job so I could get, on the road. I wanted to drive. I wanted to get out there and feel the hair and my hair waving in the wind and doing that kind of thing. But I needed a job in order to do that. So I got a job as a chef apprentice. First, I was a dishwasher. I moved my way up, and I was stacking that money. I was saving it and putting it in the bank. I had my own bank account because I knew I had to have money to be able to drive. I didn't know about insurance. I didn't know about registration fees. I say, I'm going to let my parents handle all that. But I'm glad I had somebody in my corner, because I learned that through this, there was another passion I had. My dad taught me how to wax cars, wash them really good. So that was like a side hustle I had outside of, just going to work. And I started to build on wanting to drive, right? And I could see that I had an eye for, fixing up cars, seeing what I liked on a different car or another car. And that turned into a passion of mine that ultimately, was a good decision back then because I saved up money. My parents actually got me a fairly nice vehicle that I was able to drive in. So I didn't have to go old school, but they had old school cars that I saw, that I witnessed, and I saw go from being at the bottom all the way back up to the top. So every idea that you have, every decision that you make, every road that you turn in high school leads you down a path. That path for me was choosing to get a job and, working hard at that job and saving my money because I had a destination that I wanted to do in terms of getting in the vehicle and being able to drive. And I think that was a good decision because later on down the road, building companies like Automotive Street Style and being able to take my friends' vehicles on my team and redo them for them. That was a huge honor. And that's something I carry with me and I cherish from my days in the NBA of hooking up people's cars. But none other than, my GM special, that was special. So the motto of the story is, I didn't stop dreaming. I just kept my mindset above board. I didn't let someone else dictate what I could and couldn't do. So make sure you guys stay tight in that area. Be able to build. Don't go to looking down, all right? Next question. What advice were you given early on that you didn't listen to? Oh man, I can go on and on about this one. The one piece of advice that I did not listen to was when my parents told me to take my SAT test. I know you still have this test, SAT, ACT, still have them today in college, in high school, to put you on the path to college. Well, I was terrified. I was terrified of tests. I didn't want to take it. So every time my parents would say, hey, you got the SAT test this weekend, I'd have an excuse, or, hey, I don't feel well, or, you know what, I need some more time to study. And I just kept avoiding this test. Well, fast forward the tape. Remember when I told you I graduated from school, got out of high school, and didn't have any scholarship offers, right? Well, I didn't know that I was going to be blessed, and I did say blessed, with 7 inches, right? I didn't know that. Well, I grow 7 inches, and now I have to go get a job, pay for junior college, which was pumping gas at first. So I'm pumping gas, saving my money, paying for education. I did that, and I'm 7 inches taller now. I'm 6'9", walking around a junior college campus, and I'm playing on the weekends, at the playground, local places where I'm playing against a lot of the players, such as Grant Hill, Walt Williams, just a few of the locals that were in my area, opportunities for me to play. And coaches are seeing this. I'm getting scholarship offers that I can't even take advantage of. These are some of the things that happened to me because I did not take the advice, right? Because I couldn't take that scholarship. Now, I did end up graduating, and I did end up going to my ultimate destination, which was Georgetown, where I got to play with AI, and the rest is history. I get drafted. I graduate from Georgetown University. Remember, graduated because I kept my 3 M's in place the whole time. Mission, method, and measurables didn't go away. Make sure it doesn't go away for you, and you'll be just as successful. Just continue to keep your eyes on the prize. Hey, we're moving right along. I think we got time for one more question. Let's see. How did you build confidence in yourself? Oh my gosh, how did I build confidence? That's a tough question. Well, I can tell you when I didn't have any confidence is when I had to go to prom by myself. Oh yeah, I had to go to prom by myself. Now, any of you popular people out there, if you're thinking of a good basketball player in high school, he probably has a lot of choices in prom. Well, guess what? I had to go by myself. My date canceled on me the day of the prom, and my confidence was on the floor. I mean, it was way down, as I'm sure a lot of people's confidence would be. But what I had to do was kind of center myself and tell myself, are you going to be able to overcome the hurdle of thinking other people are going to say, where's your date? I thought you had a date. Wasn't she supposed to come with you? What happened? All those answers and questions and things I was thinking about in my head, I had to just put them in a box, put them in, and just say, look, that can't be my narrative. That can't be the end of my story. I had to tell myself, I'm going to go. I'm going to be by myself. I'm going to just say, hey, I came to prom by myself, and I'm just here to have a good time. You know what was the one thing I had to do? I had to make sure my smile told the story. Everybody out there, the more you smile, the more engaging you are with people. The more community comes towards you. The more people feel like they can depend on you if they have a question, or they feel like a sense of security around you. People who are shooting for peace, wear it on your shirt, wear it on your chest. People will see that, but it starts with a smile. And that's what helps build confidence. Confidence comes from the inside out, but you can't do that with a frown on your face, because people are going to be reserved. They're going to be sheltered in what they're going to tell you and what they're going to want to say to you. Let that shine through with your smile. You do that, I guarantee you, things will change and your confidence will rise. Before I close out, I just want to say thank you to all the people in the school district for allowing me and my team to come and share with you guys. Make sure you click that button and get on to being a bigger and badder you with Shooting for Peace. Man, God bless each and every one of you. I can't wait to see you All-Star Weekend. If you see me in the streets, make sure you give me that dog pound. Let's go.
Front, shake it, palms up, come on. Clap.